country, unfortunately, is a place filled with occultic places and secret spaces, some of which we may never know the exact whereabouts or locations thereof. However, there are some which are hidden in plain sight, and others that are notable indeed. Our nation's capital is a great place to start. Let's have a look around Washington, D.C., shall we? First up, how about DuPont Circle? According to the National Park Service website, quote, in 1871, the Corps of Engineers began construction of DuPont Circle itself, which at the time was called Pacific Circle. In 1882, Congress authorized a memorial statue of Rear Admiral Samuel Francis DuPont in recognition of his Civil War service. The bronze statue was erected in 1884. In 1921, the statue of DuPont was replaced by a double-tiered white marble fountain. It was designed by sculptor Daniel Chester French and architect Henry Bacon. 3 classical figures symbolizing the sea, the stars, and the wind are carved on the fountain's central shaft. Close quote. This sounds like a basic history description here. It's when you look at the map and take in the aerial views of DuPont Circle do you begin to see the occultic dynamic that's involved here. Not only the symbolism represented, but the geometry so noted is what lends this circle to being more than just a circle. Signs used by the occult for ritual purposes. So, for example, anyone going around that circle, whether you are aware of it or not, could be doing so for the purposes of those in the know, or those who are performing the ritual, so to speak. Moving on to the next article, quote, in contrast, DuPont Circle is a vibrant blend of local haunts and traveler attractions, historic homes, and thriving nightlife. While much remains unchanged in recent years, including the area's status as a center of gay life and host of the Pride Parade in June, there are also enticing new restaurants and shops that keep even longtime Washingtons coming back. Close quote. Why is that even included in that article about gay life and the Pride Parade? What's the purpose of making that statement? The DCist goes on to tell us about a few things we might not know about this circle. Quote, that makes DuPont Circle one of DC's signature neighborhoods, a beacon of internationalism even in a famously international city. But there's more below the surface of the circle, in a few cases, quite literally. Close quote. Still quoting, the DuPont Underground, most locals are familiar with the abandoned streetcar station yawning below the neighborhood streets. What you may not know is that the 75,000 square foot space has served as a fallout shelter, a storage space, and a food court. Close quote. They go on to make the point of internationalism, but why? We are America. So not only is there occultic symbolism associated with this circle, But there are underground tunnels, an underground network, if you will, where any kind of trafficking can be done out of the public eye. Not surprising, is it? It goes on to say, quote, underneath where the Hotel Palomar now stands are 200 winding feet of thin corridors, purportedly hand-dug by a local resident with a penchant for strange hobbies. Quote, in 1924, while workers dug the foundation for a luxury apartment building, they stumbled on an underground maze of tunnels, all architecturally sound and all broad enough for a man to walk with ease. There's more. Empty alcohol bottles and old newspaper clippings on German submarine activities littered the space. Close quote. Strange, huh? There was also allegedly a slaughterhouse and brickyard located here at one point, but most noteworthy would be Embassy Row, which was known back in its heyday as Millionaires Row, back in the Gilded Age of the early 1900s here in America.